how scary is your lord? Or if you see someone else with this lord in the game, how scary are they? Now, my tier list goes in the order of S tier to D tier. We don't need more than that for this one. It goes from, yeah, you're cooked in the S tier. A tier, I called start praying, because at this point, if it's at A tier, you know, you're not at the point where you're cooked, but you could start praying for like something good to happen. Maybe they just fall flat on their face, or maybe you just perform well this game, or maybe your teammates, because you're gonna have to rely a lot on your teammates to perform as well, so you might have to start praying for that. So yeah, start praying. That's at that's A tier. B tier is could be a challenge. C tier, not much of a threat. They're not really an issue, but they, you know, they might have a tiny bit of an issue, but not much of a threat. Just a small little threat, a little baby threat. And then D tier is target practice, because let's be honest, it's nothing. It basically is cosmetic. It's cosmetic, bro. Matter of fact, we're gonna call it that, cosmetic. Yeah. D tier is called Cosmetic Lord. I just changed it now. Cosmetic Lord. If it's D tier, that means it's literally a cosmetic. It doesn't mean anything, okay? So there we go. We're going to start with Adam, as always. Always start with Adam. And for Adam, Adam is going to be... This is a little bit interesting, because when you see an Adam Lord, this character is pain to play anyway. So if you see an Adam Lord... I don't know that I'll put him in, yeah, you're cooked. He's going to be high up here. This is a tier list where Adam gets to actually be high up. I would not put him in, yeah, you're cooked. It's almost to that level, right? It's almost to, yeah, you're cooked, but I'm going to say start praying. That's what I'm going to put Adam in. He might go up to, yeah, you're cooked. We have to think about it. But for now, I'm going to put him in start praying, because he might be cracked at this point. I've seen some Adam Lords that weren't that crazy, but for the most part, they're going to be pretty good if you have Lord on this character. I'd say start praying. 100%. And then we have Cloak and Dagger, and this is the easiest one of all time. Cloak and Dagger. I'm gonna give that a cosmetic lord. There you get an instant cosmetic lord. Cloak and Dagger. Everyone has the lord for this character who plays the Cloak and Dagger. It's so easy for them to rack up the stats to get lord, so it's just easy. It's not an issue. We ain't worried about that, okay? Easiest cosmetic lord of my life, bro. And then we have Invisible Woman. I'm a little bit, you know, in the middle on this one, because some of them kind of cooked, but some of them don't. I don't know. It really depends. I feel like this is gonna have to fit in for now. Could be a challenge, because sometimes Invisible Woman, or I'm just gonna say Sue. Sometimes Sue Lords are good, and sometimes they absolute trash. So I don't know. It's in the middle. Most of the time though, if they have Lord in the character, they're probably gonna give some type of heals that are at least decent. So I'll put could be a challenge for this one. Then we have Jeff Lords, and this one is really tricky, because some Jeff Lords are really, really good and some are not. It's really up in the air. It really is. So honestly, I feel like Jeff has to go on the same thing. It could be a challenge, because I've seen some Jeff Lords that are absolutely garbage. So yeah, I mean, that's what it's got to be, I feel like. And then we got Loki. Lately these days I've been seeing a lot of Loki, because this is updated for season 3, by the way. So that's the thing. I've seen Lokis that are Lord Lokis that are kind of trash, but there's not, I don't know. There's been more people getting Lord on Loki that I don't think we can put him in, yeah, you're cooked anymore. I would have normally, like, if it was like a few seasons ago, like season 1 or something, and he had Lord, I might be able to say that, but so many people have Lord on Loki now because they've just been playing him. I don't know. I can't really be putting him in, yeah, you're cooked, because I've seen some Loki Lords that are just garbo. A little more than I would like to see. So for me, I'm going to put him in the same as Adam, start praying with Loki. 100%. He's going to go there. He's going to be good. I'll tell you that. Most of the time. There's some that won't be good, but most of the time he's going to be good. Start praying. And then we have Luna Lords, and again, this one has to fit in the same idea. Luna Lords are, for the most part, good. You're gonna expect good from them, but they can also be kind of garbo. I don't know. It's not. I'm not gonna rank them based on, oh, they could be garbo, but this with these characters, when I see them on the enemy team, I'm not thinking, oh, they're gonna be a little crazy. I'm gonna think, oh, their heals might be good, but there's been too many times where I've seen a Lord Luna, and they're on my team especially. Maybe on the enemy team, but if they're on your team, you're like, oh no, they're not gonna heal me. And sometimes they're on the enemy team, they have Lord Luna, and they just don't do anything. So either way, I do think it's scary though. Seeing a Lord Luna, I don't. Not many people have it compared to, especially if you're on console, because you have Lord Luna on console. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. They're gonna do the ultimate at the right time and all the different stuff. Yeah, I'd say Lord Luna is start praying 100%. That's crazy. Not 100%. You know what? Let me take that back. Maybe like 80%. She might go down. We'll have to see. But then we got Mantis. And if you actually have Mantis Lord like I do, this is one of the lords I have. Mantis Lord. If you have Mantis Lord, you probably got Mantis Lord in season 0. So I don't really trust you to be good at Mantis right now, because nobody plays the character. Unless you're playing with Adam. If you're playing with Adam, yeah, maybe. But I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've seen Mantis in the past, like 2 seasons. since like season 1.5, I can count on like one hand how many times I've seen a Mantis. So for Mantis Lords, it really depends, but if they do actually have a Mantis Lord, I honestly would put them probably above like Sue Lords. They're probably decent, right? You probably can expect good heals and probably some decent damage. So I'll put them where Luna is, and Loki and Adam start praying. This might get a little crazy. Then we have Rocket Lord. This is the easiest of my life, I'm telling you. I have Rocket Lord too, so I know. He's so easy to get Lord with. Literally cosmetic Lord. Rocket is always a cosmetic Lord. Literally everybody has it. Everybody has Lord Rocket. Everybody does. Okay, even I do, and I'm not even a support player. Okay, so I mean, if I do, and I'm not even a support player, my most played character is Star Lord, and my second most played character is, if I believe I'm correct, it should be Magneto, a tank DPS player, and I have a Lord Rocket even. So that's all I'm saying. It's the easiest cosmetic Lord of all time. Now this next one is gonna be kind of tricky, but it's gonna be Ultron Lord. If you have Ultron Lord, I might be a little scared because you got him first of all Lord that quick. Even though, yeah, it hasn't been that long, but still, Lord that quick. And let's be honest, you're probably cooking. Like, you're not just trash. I mean, you might be, but I haven't seen many trash Ultron Lords. But also, Ultron isn't very strong. In my opinion. I mean, he especially with his skin characters like Hela and stuff, you can just hit him out the sky. He's just dead. But either way, he is still a little scary though if someone's really good with the movement and stuff. So I'm gonna put him in could be a challenge. I don't think he's as scary as like an Adam Lord. Like, he's not that scary, but he is a little scary. So he's gonna go on could be a challenge. And then we have Black Widow, and finally we are here. Black Widow, my last tier list, was at the bottom of the tier list of my fun factor, but on this tier list, if you actually like these days still, like, it doesn't matter if you got it in the early season or whatever, if you genuinely have Black Widow Lord, I'm still gonna put you in not much of a threat. You thought I was gonna put her in? Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, you thought wrong. You thought wrong. You know why? You know why I'm not scared of you? Because you're playing Black Widow. I don't care if you're Lord. You are probably you're gonna feed. Because you're playing Black Widow. The character has one purpose, and when I dive you, or I lock in BP, or my teammate locks in BP, and you're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get cooked. I am not scared of you. Not much of a threat. I might bump her up to could be a challenge, but not much of a threat. I'm not worried about it. Now, Hawkeye, on the other hand, yeah, you're cooked. This is the first, yeah, you're cooked that quickly. Yeah, I'm immediately on it, bro. Hawkeye is cooking you. If a Hawkeye has Lord, then he really does it like that. As much as, you know, especially, like I said, especially if you're on console, like, that means he really do it like that. Like, you watch out. That's all I'm saying. Watch out. He got Lord on the character? Nah. And then we have Hela Lord, and once again, you know where I'm gonna put Hela. If you have Lord on Hela, especially on console, yeah, you're cooked. They're gonna get headshots. They're gonna go crazy. You're gonna die over and over and over. You're cooked. Hello Lord you're cooked. I don't care. Like, people don't play the character that much. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, at least on console. I don't know how it is on PC, but for me, I don't really see Hela that often. Even though she's so good, I actually, since the game released, I've always rarely seen her. So same with Hawkeye. Like, even in the Hawkeye Hela season, season 0, I barely saw the characters. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. And we have our third, yeah, you're cooked. Okay, I'm already announcing it. Human Torch. Yeah, you're cooked. Literally, because he's about to cook you with everything. I don't know what it is, but if you like really play Human Torch like that, I don't know. I can't kill them. Like, I actually can't kill them with their Lord. I don't know what it is. They just keep doing damage to me, and I can't kill them back. Human Torch Lords, you're cooked. Like, you're not surviving. I don't know what else to say to you. You're just not living. He's just gonna destroy you. The moment you spawn in the game, you're dead. That's how it is. And now we have Iron Fist Lord. If you got Lord on Iron Fist, which a lot of people have it, by the way, remember, a lot of people have it and they don't actually play the character like that. Honestly, I don't think it's much of a threat, right? Because honestly, regular Iron Fist is already crazy, so you don't even need to have the Lord. But if you do have Lord on Iron Fist, I'd say you could be a challenge. Yeah. I wouldn't say to start praying, but you could be a challenge. I'm just not really that afraid of Iron Fist in general. Just because the characters I play, I just lock in Bucky and just hook him and kill him. So I'm not really worried about that, but you know, teach their own. And you have Iron Man Lord. And ooh, this one's tricky because a lot of people have this Lord. It's actually more popular than you would think. But if someone is an Iron Man Lord, usually it's going to be a little scary. They don't just play Iron Man, they play Iron Man. You're going to be a little scared of like the stuff coming from behind maximum. They're probably going to use maximum pulse on, you know, on the Cloak and Dagger and her ult perfectly every single time. I've seen it from an Iron Man Lord before. Yeah, you got to fear him. I'm going to put him honestly above Iron Fist. He's got to go and start praying. He's got to go there, bro. He's got to go and start praying. I don't know, man. I'm gonna start praying. I got this this boy on the enemy team. Iron Man Lord. Nah. We ain't messing around with that. And then we got Mr. Fantastic. I have Mr. Fantastic Lord, so I can attest. He's one of my few DPS lords. Though I'm about to get a lot at the same time pretty soon because I'm about to get a few to Lord. I got him and I got Star Lord to Lord, and I'm about to get Bucky to Lord pretty soon. So he'll be the next one. So I'm basically pretty close to Bucky Lord, so I can attest for it when we get to that. But Mr. Fantastic, as a Mr. Fantastic Lord, I know how it is to face a really good Mr. Fantastic like me, and it's a little scary. It's a little up there. I don't know that I would say you're cooked, but I would say start praying. That's what I would say for this Lord. Start praying. Like it's gonna get a little tricky. It's gonna get a little tricky for you. It's gonna get a little tricky. Time to start praying, all right? And then we got Moon Knight Lord. And this one, like back, if you were back in like season 0, a lot of people had this Lord because a lot of people played the character like crazy and he was really popular. So a lot of people had it. So I mean, I get that, but now people don't play him as much unless they're really with him. Most time, like unless they really play him like that. So if you see this character, they're probably gonna be good. All right, they're probably gonna be someone who really plays the character like that. So like, my question is, would I be more scared of this Lord than like the C tier, or sorry, the B tier? Yeah, honestly, I would actually put this in start praying. Yeah, I'll put him in start praying. At least for now. He might go down, but currently, yeah, I'll put him in start praying. Like it's gonna be a little tricky with the Lord on this character. He's gonna be a little scary. And then we have Namor Lord. And Namor Lords, yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, that quickly. Yeah, that's how it is. The amount of times I've seen a Namor Lord and I get cooked, it happens more than I would like to admit. There's very few times that it doesn't happen. And now with him getting buffed, I've seen them more these days. Like him getting buffed with his faster speed on his like attacks. Like his main attack is so much faster and his other spear is so much faster. It's like even now, like he is absolutely crazy. And you'll see those lords and they will not be missing. You'll come even a millisecond, or you'll come even a millimeter close. You'll take one step closer to them and you're in like the range of anything he wants to throw at you. And you have a spear coming at your dome. The moment you turn around the corner, it's like, well, you're dead now. Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And then we have the next one was going to be Phoenix, but we're going to leave that flat since she's the new character. But we have Psylocke next. Psylocke. I'm going to be honest, you're going to have to start fearing this one. This one's a little scary. The reason is because honestly, I don't really see this very often. I don't actually see Psylocke Lord that often. I did see it in like season 0, but I don't actually see it that often. So it's similar to Moon Knight. If someone does lock in Psylocke, a lot of the times they don't actually have Lord from what I see. But if they do lock it in and they do have Lord, they're probably gonna be cooking, especially if they're on the enemy team. By the way, this does go in for your team and the enemy team, but yeah, of course we're mostly focusing on if you see it on the enemy team. And yeah, I'm gonna be a little scared of this. You know, I'm gonna be a little fearful of this one. Would I say that I would start praying? Me personally, maybe not. I would say could be a challenge because I've seen some that just got cooked. But it might go up. She might actually go up. But for now, I'm gonna put her in could be a challenge. Good old B tier, pretty decent. It could be a challenge. Definitely could be a challenge. And then we have Scarlet Witch, and I don't know what it is about Scarlet Witch Lords. Even though the character is very boring to play, as I said last video, the Scarlet Witch Lords are absolute demons. I can't with them. They're unheard of little rascals, and they're the most annoying people you will ever meet in the game. Is these lords, and the fact that you'll be running around, right? You'll be trying to escape them, and they're over here running towards you, like, and you're like, stop attacking me, stop. you're trying to leave and they're like, no, you shall never leave. And they're just like on you. They're on you like fleas. It's just leave me alone, bro. I wouldn't say it's like, yeah, you're cooked, but you're gonna have to start praying with the Scarlet Witch lords, bro. You got to start praying. You may not be cooked because you can still kill them, but yeah, you're gonna have to start praying on this one. I can't lie. And yeah, Spider-Man Lord, and this one it's actually probably the most tricky one of all, because Spider-Man Lord could be very good, or they could be very, very trash. It really depends. I feel like if you're in low ranks and you see a Spider-Man Lord, I wouldn't worry about it. If you're in high ranks and you see a Spider-Man Lord, maybe you might want to start worrying a little bit. You know, that's what I would say. I'd say he's in the middle. Honestly, could be a challenge. He definitely could be a challenge. It's all kind of up in the air for him in particular, but yeah, I'd say he could be a challenge. That's what I would say. Also, there is one up here that that was in the rankings that I don't remember even talking about, but he was for some reason already up there. But it's Black Panther, so we're gonna do that next, and he might actually fit in the one that he was in. But Black Panther, honestly, this one's a little tricky because some Black Panther lords are good and some aren't. But for the most part, if they do actually have lord, yeah, I don't know. It's gotta be a little. You might start praying. I'm on the verge of saying that, yeah, you're cooked. I'm on the verge of that. It's close. It's definitely close, right? Like it's very close, but it's just not fully there because this consistency isn't all there, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna put it in start praying for now. I might up it later, but for now he's gonna stay in start praying. And then we have Squirrel Girl lords. Squirrel Girl lords, as much as you don't think they are, maybe you don't think it, but I think Squirrel Girl lords are very scary. I'm not super like next level scary, but like definitely scary. Like I'm a little fearful when I see a Squirrel Lord. Like they know how to be the most annoying character in the whole game, just spamming down a corridor. They know how to do what they know how to do what they know how to do. You know what I mean? They know what to do and they know how to do it. And it's a little scary. It's a little scary. Now I wouldn't say they're like, it's like, yeah, you're cooked, but you're gonna have to start playing with this one. Like this Squirrel Lords, it's just how it is. The reason isn't because you can't beat them, because you can still beat them, play like a dive character, go crazy. But the problem is that your teammates are gonna keep dying to Squirrel Girl, and then she'll kill you next because you have no team. So that's really the issue with Squirrel Girl. And then we have Star-Lord Lords. And whenever I actually see a Star-Lord Lord, sadly, I don't actually notice that there's much of a difference, right? Like if I see a Star-Lord Lord, I'm not thinking like, yeah, he's gonna cook us. Like we're cooked. No, I'm not thinking that, because so many people have Star-Lord Lord, but they're not really doing much. Like I have Star-Lord Lord, but they're not, you know, like for me, I have Star-Lord Lord, of course, my most played character, but I wouldn't say that I'm cooking every single game with him. Sometimes I switch because I'm not doing as well, you know? It's just how it is. That's how I feel like it is for a lot of Star-Lord players, you know? A lot of them play just Star-Lord, but other ones just, they switch off when they need to. Granted, most of the time you don't actually need to, so you don't really have to, but sometimes I do just because I feel like it, especially since I've played him so much these days. Sometimes I'm just like, all right, let me just play something else real quick. But I wouldn't say I'm like super scared. I'll put him in could be a challenge. You know, he could be a challenge, but I don't exactly know. And now we have Storm. Storm in like the early seasons might have been like a big threat if she was, you know, like that, if she had a lord, but these days a Storm Lord ain't that crazy. Like they're almost indistinguishable from non-Storm Lords. So I think with that in mind, Storm Lord probably just has to go into could be a challenge, because they could be a little scary or they could not, right? And then we have Punisher Lords, and ooh, Punisher Lords, man. Ooh, Punisher Lords. I don't know. Whenever I see a Punisher Lord, all I feel is fear. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the point. You know, that's what he wanted you to feel. It's in line with Punisher. But when I see Punisher Lord, bro, all I'm saying is I am praying. He really do it like that, bro. If you have Punisher Lord, you probably play that character like that. But I will say there is some Punisher Lords that I'm not as fearful of. You know, and it's mostly nowadays. Mostly now, it feels like earlier on, maybe. But in season 3, there's way more Punisher mains than I would like to see that are actually just not very good. There's a little more that I would like to admit. So I can't put him in yeah, you're cooked. Honestly, I have to put him in Star Praying. He just doesn't fit in yeah, you're cooked, because I've seen way too many like recently that they're just trash. Like I don't know, it's just trash. So that's my personal like experience of that. Now Bucky Lord. I almost got Bucky Lord, so I can attest. And this one's a little tricky because this is the same thing with Punisher, where lately more people have been getting Bucky Lord, right? So I've been seeing more people with Bucky Lord who are just trash. And what I mean is I'll play Bucky and I'll literally just cook the whole team. I don't have Bucky Lord, right? And then they will lock in their Bucky Lord and I'll be point blank in front of their face, right? I hit them with 3 shots. Boom, 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 right? I track wherever they're going, right? Because for me, it's really easy to track with Bucky. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, he has my best aim is on Bucky, right? So whenever I'm aiming with Bucky, he doesn't have hit scan, but it's almost that. It's like a small projectile though, so it's a little bit of travel time. So when you're like close to someone, right, which you can afford to be, it's so hard to miss for me. I that's just how I feel. It's so easy to hit with his shots, especially because you learn to like time them, so you get rewarded for timing them correctly, and you get the reset so often, so you get to try again if you miss. But I will be point blank, and I was recently point blank with a Bucky Lord, and I'm not a Bucky Lord, and I absolutely diffed him. Just not even using crazy abilities. I just shot him in the face while he was moving, and he missed every shot. I just beat him through accuracy, and I'm just thinking, you have Bucky Lord, but you can't even shoot me. You can't even hit me. I was barely even strafing. I was barely even strafing at all. I was like, oh, come on, bruh. And it's happened many times where like, yeah, some Bucky Lords are absolutely cracked. But there's times where I see a Bucky Lord and I'm not even that afraid, bro. So, but most of the time I am. So I'm gonna put him in start praying because most of the time you're gonna have to be a little bit afraid, not gonna lie to you. But I'm just not that afraid anymore. I used to be a little bit, but I don't know. Not a lot. They're not all that great these days. Now we have Wolverine Lord, and Wolverine Lord, oh, especially if you're a tank player, oh my, yeah, you're cooked. He's going in, yeah, you're cooked. he's got to. Wolverine has to go in that, because if you actually, and by the way, funnily enough, I actually almost have Lord in this character. I think I'm like Centurion, Captain or Centurion, very close. One of those two. One of those two. The Captain's not actually as close if I am that, but I'm pretty sure I'm like either that or I'm close to Centurion. Either way, I'm actually closer than I would like to admit at getting Lord with Wolverine. But I would say I'm pretty decent with Wolverine. I'd say he's one of my better melee characters. I'd say I'm pretty decent with him. But either way, like, would I fear myself on Wolverine and I'm not even Lord? Would I fear myself? Yeah, I would. I would fear myself. Not fully. I would fear myself kind of. And that's me not being a Lord. Would I fear a actual Lord though? If I'm already fearing me just a little bit on Wolverine? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're cooked. I would say you're definitely cooked. But then we have Cap Lord. And though I have seen some really like horrible Cap Lords, I definitely have. Well, I have seen some. For the most part, I have seen these days, right? Most of the Cap Lords that I've seen are actually really good, and they're really annoying. Would I say that you're like cooked? You can't beat him? I don't know that I would say that you're actually like cooked, because you can still kill him even if he's Lord. But the amount of times I've seen a Cap Lord going absolutely crazy there's a lot of them. There's a lot of times where I've seen that. So I'm kind of in the middle. For now, I'll do a very safe start praying, because I'm not 100% on him being, yeah, you're cooked, but yeah, you're gonna have to, he's gonna be a little crazy. And then we have Strange Lord, and I have Lord on Strange. Would I fear myself? No. And that's why I don't fear Strange Lords. Strange Lords are, sometimes they're good, but I've seen some really good Stranges that are not Lord. So honestly, because his is so incredibly easy to get, just because a lot of people just play Strange, like, oh yeah, I just happen to play Strange, and they just get Strange Lord. And knowing myself, I'm not even that crazy with Strange, and I have Strange Lord. You probably just got it in season 0. It's cosmetic. That's just how it is. That's how I feel. Lord Strange is cosmetic, and that's me having Lord too. Now we have Lord Emma. And it's really tricky, because I've diffed Lord Emmas and I'm not Lord Emma. And when I've diffed like crazily so many times Lord Emmas and they're not even that scary so many times, that I'm not scared of Lord Emma. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just too easy to get or something. I don't know. But I'm not scared of Lord Emma. Okay. No. I will put her not in cosmetic, because you got to put a little bit of time into that, but I'll put it in not much of a threat, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really scared of a Lord Emma. And then we have Lord Groot, and ooh, them Lord Groots, man. There's not many of them, but when I see a Lord Groot, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. It's gonna be a little crazy. They probably just play Groot like that for real. Would I say that you're cooked, or that you should start praying? It's close, because some of them, some Groots are Lord, but I'm not super scared. And other ones are like crazy. But for the most part, if you're a Lord on Groot, you're probably cracked. Like I would respect you. You know, I would definitely respect you if you're Lord on Groot. So I'm not 100% on you're cooked with Groot, but I would say you should start praying with it. I wouldn't like. I'm not too scared of a Lord Groot too much. You know what I mean? But then we have Lord Hulk. And you're cooked. Yeah, you're cooked. That's an easy you're cooked. That's probably the easiest one of all time. The amount of times I've seen a Lord Hulk diff the whole entire lobby is staggering. With Groot, I've seen it, not too as many times as Hulk though. With Hulk, the amount of times I've seen it, bro, it's crazy. I don't give them their props because they can be going crazy, stunning you. You can't move. They go crazy on your back line. They ult and do some like weird combos, and I'm like, yo, I can't with this character, man. Like, he makes me think the character's OP or something. You know what I mean? Like, some of y'all might actually say that. I wouldn't, but you know what I mean? It's insane. And then we have Lord Magneto. I have Lord Magneto, and for the most part, Lord Magnetos are pretty scary. I would definitely say they're pretty scary. I wouldn't say they're like you're cooked because I'm not like that scared because like I've seen some mags get diffed by non-Lord mags. Okay, a little more times than I would like to admit. So even me. Well, actually, no, not me. Yeah, even me. Even me. So yeah, I'm going to say start praying because if you're Cloak and Dagger, you're definitely gonna want to start praying because if he's Lord Magneto, he knows how to do all that stuff. And he knows how to kill you, and he knows how to kill you. If you're any support, he knows how to destroy you. But I wouldn't say you're cooked. You can still do stuff, but yeah, start praying. And then we have Peni Lord, and this is very scary. But at the same time, I can't in a good conscience put it in you're cooked because even though I've seen some really cracked out pennies, when I actually do see a Peni Lord, like 50-50, it's gonna be a really trash penny. I don't know what it is, but I've seen a little too many trash penny lords. They just lock it in, but they're garbo. I've seen a little too many, so much so that I'm just gonna put it in could be a challenge. That's why I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put her in could be a challenge because it could be, but it's really up in the air. Now Lord Thing, again, Lord Thing is really easy to get with people who are kind of garbo. Granted, let's be real, Lords aren't really that crazy. I'm not a Lord Thing, and I've diffed pretty much every single Lord Thing I've ever come across. Because I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm cracked with the Thing. I'm absolutely cracked with him. So, but I don't have Lord, right? So from my own experience, I'm just thinking like, if I've done it so many times, is your Lord really that important? So I'll be real. I'm not really scared of no Lord Thing, bro. He's not much of a threat. I'm more scared of a Peni Lord. I've never been scared of a Lord Thing ever, never, not once. Now we have Lord Thor, and ooh, Lord Thor. Thor, especially if you see it now, yeah, Thor's not that crazy. He's kind of he needs buffs, to be honest. He's kind of low tier. He's like maybe a B tier hero, maybe even C tier, like on an actual tier list, possibly D if you want to go crazy. But yeah, Thor Lords are kind of scary a little bit. I wouldn't say they're like crazily like, oh yeah, you're absolutely cooked. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe would you start praying? Maybe not. I'd say could be a challenge, right? Because Thor Lords are a little scary when you see them, but just because like it's not because I think like so many Lord Thors are like bad. Like I've seen a lot of bad Lord Thors. Most Lord Thors I see are pretty good, but it's just we're talking about season 3 right now, and and Thor is like, if you actually genuinely see it in season 3, a Lord Thor, you're not worried about it because the character is not very good. Now you would say, well, what about Mantis? Mantis isn't very good. Well, that's the thing. Mantis isn't as easily counterable as Thor is. Like Mantis, if you have a Lord Mantis on the enemy team, she can just stand from behind, like from the back line, and go crazy, right? And she can still go insane mode and buff everybody and all this different stuff. That's stuff that you're not going to see in front of your face. You're just going to realize at the end game when you realize how much damage she's helped her teammates do and how much healing she's done, how much damage she's done. But if you look at Thor, he's all up in your face. If he's not that strong and they're Lord Thor, right? All you have to do is, especially with Phoenix, it's such a perfect target for her, bro. Like she loves tanks that have no shields because she can just keep putting all her stuff on it. And she's not worried about Thor because Thor can just be stunned over and over and over again, or it can be just outran. You're like, oh, Thor can run and chase you. Sure. What if you're BP? He's gonna chase you then. That's all I'm saying, bro. So I mean, with that in mind, yeah, Thor, he's got to go and could be a challenge. He's not that scary. He could be like, you see a Lord Thor, you're not thinking not much of a threat. You think he might be kind of a threat, but you're not like that scared. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then we have Lord Venom, and Lord Venom. Honestly, I think Lord Venom is going to be either on the same idea or wavelength as Thor, or a little scarier, somewhere around that range. I would, for the most part, I'm not really scared of Venom in general. I'm just gonna be real. I'm just not. I've never really been scared of Venom. He's just not scary. He's just not a scary character. I don't die to Venom like that, you know? Even if he's a good Venom, he's just not going to kill me. He's not trying to, right? He's not trying to kill me. And it's like, I'm not scared of his ultimate. And most Venoms I see, Lord or not, they don't really do much. Let's just be real. They don't really do much. You just keep shooting them. And then once they use, they don't die. Trust, they don't die. They just go in and waste your time and then get out. Like, they don't actually do damage. So, I mean, I'm not really scared of that. So with that in mind, he actually might be worse than Thor now that I really think about it. Because Thor, I would actually expect him to kind of go crazy. If he's Lord, like I would expect him, you know, maybe to do something, right? I mean, sure, I'm not really scared of the character like that, like, you know, crazily like that. But either way, I still would be like, you know, he might actually be a challenge. But I don't feel like Lord Venom is actually a challenge. I've never been scared of it. Literally scared of a Lord Venom. So I won't put him in not much of a threat. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not scared of Lord Venom. This is probably gonna go against everyone else's tier list. I bet you people who made the same type of video probably put Lord Venom pretty high. Like, yeah, the Lord Venoms are crazy. I've never seen one. I've never seen a crazy Lord Venom. Like ever, bro. I've never seen a crazy Venom. I've never been diffed or crazily like, oh man, this Venom on the enemy team, they're gonna cook our whole team. Yeah, we gotta really lock in so we don't lose to a Venom. I've never been like, oh yeah, Venom's gonna kill us, bro. We really gotta focus this Venom, guys. No, I don't focus no Venom, bro. Like, come on, bro. But then we got, last but not least, we got Phoenix. Hopefully there's not any missed on this list. There might have been some that's missed. I don't actually know. But probably not. Actually, I think there are some missed. But wait, maybe. Let me check real quick. No, we're not missing any. I just counted. Yeah, we got Lord Phoenix, and funnily enough, I know this might sound a little this might sound a little like tremble before baths to you. And you know, you might be right, but I almost have Lord on this character. I almost do. Well, I'm not that close. I'm actually like captain. I'm like pretty close to getting Centurion, but even that's a little crazy, right? Like, what, you already almost got Centurion on the character, which is right next to Lord. It's a little crazy. It's granted, it's not that crazy. Like, in this amount of time, only captain, or I mean, getting captain is already crazy. But like, yeah, you captain, maybe you probably just played a lot of the character almost exclusively. Yeah, that is true. I've been playing a lot of Phoenix. Not exclusively, but yeah, I have been playing a lot of Phoenix. But yeah, you're right. That's a little much. It's probably a little much. Either way, point is, if I actually saw a Lord, and knowing me, right, how much I've played the character, how comfortable I feel on her, if I saw a Lord Phoenix, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little scared. I'm not gonna be like, nah, they're probably trash. They probably got Lord. You know how hard it is to get Lord on a Phoenix? It's not easy. It's not easy. Granted, you're like, well, how you captain them? Like I said, tremble before baths. Like I said, bro. But normally for like normal people, you know, like that are like getting it, or actually just in general, people who get Lord, they're probably doing more than I am. Knowing how much I spend on the character, if you got Lord, you literally have not slept since the game released. You've been spamming like Q after Q after Q this whole entire time and getting only Phoenix on the best luck of all time on getting Phoenix, right? And now you have Lord Phoenix. I haven't seen a single Lord Phoenix. That's what I mean. I've never seen one. But if I did, all I would think is, yeah, this boy's probably really tired. But also, he probably has a lot really going for him on Phoenix. He probably understands Phoenix a pretty decent amount. You know, he probably got some good tricks and stuff. He might be a little cracked. Maybe he's like a Hela player or something. Now, would I say it's you're cooked? No. I would not say that. But I would say start praying. I wouldn't say could be a challenge. There's a good chance it will be a challenge. There's a good chance. Because you have a Lord on the character. You've probably been playing the character like crazy, all right? That probably also means you've been playing this game like crazy, which means you play a lot of other characters most likely, which also probably means that you have a bunch of knowledge on the game and probably are a little cracked. Who knows? You know, there's a good chance. You know, you might be a little scary. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna put in start praying for Phoenix. Phoenix is gonna go very neat and great in that amazing tier where almost every character is in. But that's my tier list. At the top, we have in You're Cooked. We have, and I'm just gonna, and before I actually say that, I'm gonna adjust any that's needed if there is any, but if not, don't worry about it. Okay, I'm making one adjustment so far. I don't know if I will do it anymore. And now, by the way, I will say I don't remember actually, and this is gonna be weird, but I don't actually remember talking about Magik. I don't remember. I know I definitely did at some point. I did talk about Magik, but I'm loopy here. So if I didn't talk about Magik, I'm gonna reiterate. She is also moving, right? You didn't expect this, but I'm going to be moving Magik to Yeah, You're Cooked. I'm going to be moving Black Panther to Yeah, You're Cooked. The reason why I'm putting both of these characters in Yeah, You're Cooked is because there's so many times where you see a Lord Magik, it's gonna be really tough. Like Lord Magics are a little, like no matter who it is, like it's gonna be a little trick, right? And that's what I mean. Like for the most part, when you do see Magik in your game at all, it's gonna be tricky. That's just how it is. And if you see them in your game, the reason why they're going to be tricky is because most of them are going to be Lord, right? And that's because they really just play that character. And if they're only playing that character, like there's so many times where I just lose to a Magik over and over and over, and I just keep dying and I can't live. It's too many times. And the same thing goes with Black Panther. That's why they're both being moved up. If they have a Lord on the character, you're going to have to tremble before baths, pretty much, because they got Lord on the character. You know, and it's a little much. And I've seen a lot of them, a lot of Lords on Black Panther recently, and I don't know what it is, but for some reason they're a little more consistent than I would like. Granted, like I said before, I've seen a decent amount of them, you know, a little bit that were not very great, and they were Lord on Black Panther. But for the most part, I have seen some pretty good, plenty of pretty good Lords on Black Panther. It's just the nature of the character, right? Like if you have Lord on the character, it's just hard to really counter him. But you can, right? Obviously, you have the Thing, you have. Same with Magik, by the way. The Thing. You have like Namor. You have, you know, your typical options. Even like Emma. I've seen like Black Panthers ban Emma because they don't want to deal with that. So he does have his counters. He's just annoying to deal with. So that's why most people ban him. I don't think he's worth a ban. The only reason I don't think he's worth a ban is because there's way better bans. There's Jeff Nato, which I always ban. Who I ban is Wolverine and Storm. Wolverine because he's just next level broken, and Storm because she has a team up with Jeff that makes it so even though you are in a support ultimate, you can be killed because Jeff can swallow you up into the NATO, and you can have damage dealt to you with no healing possible while you are in a support ultimate. So it doesn't matter if you have a support ultimate, you just used it, you're gonna survive. Oh, we're gonna survive now. Jeff NATO appears, and now you can't live because it kills you through support ultimates. That's just dumb, right? It's just stupid. So yeah, that's what I do. I just ban that character. But to each their own. You can ban Black Panther if you want to. I just don't really care for it. It's the waste of a ban for me because I can just play the Thing and he's gonna die. That's just how it is. I'm just gonna kill him. Literally, the amount of times I've just played the Thing versus Benjamin Grimm versus Black Panther, and I just cook him over and over, and he switches off. They just switch off. They just get off Black Panther. I'm like, well, see ya. They switch to something else. But yeah, that's my rankings. I just moved up Magik and Black Panther. Let me read them out. Might as well. Actually, I don't even need to read them out. Forget about it, bro. We changed up the video like crazy, bro. I don't need to read them out. You can see them on the screen. I'll just put them up on the screen if you want to look at it yourself. But with that being said, if you like this video, you might as well leave a like. It's been fun. If you liked it, leave a like. Dislike if you didn't. Let me know. Be honest. Thank you. I love dislikes as well. Maybe you didn't like certain thoughts I had or certain comments or whatever. Let me know. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta dislike. Let your voice be heard. You know what I mean? You have a voice. Let it be heard. And other than that, comment down below. Comment down below what you want me to, you know, talk about next, make next. What other tier lists do you have in mind? Maybe another idea that you want to see me go on about, or maybe you have thoughts about this tier list. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments. You know what I mean? With that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe for more W content on the channel. We going crazy. Honestly, this video has been recorded very late, later than I would like. So it's gonna actually be coming out late, as in not on my normal time, but I'm determined to get out on the day of, because I have to upload every day. It's the challenge I gave myself. So with that in mind, I have to get my daily upload. I have to kind of rush to make this video, a little bit of a rush to make it. So that's just how it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, you know what I mean, you just gotta watch the video on the screen. It's a great time. You know, I bet you it's amazing. So go ahead and watch it.